Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we have what might be the start of a new series of puzzles to have a look at today. Loads of you recommending this one. It's called Rat Run 1 Primer by Marty Sears, who as usual has just taken the world of Sudoku rules and come up with something completely original and mad. An incredible looking grid as well. I love the purple in it. But basically the idea is that we have to make the rat run through the maze to find the cheese. Is that cheese or is it something else? Or it's cake? Oh, it's a cupcake. Sorry, I should have read the rules properly. It's a cupcake. So the rat has to go through the maze to find the cupcake, obeying certain rules on the way. And I will read you those rules in a moment or two's time. But it's called Rat Run 1. Because I found the puzzle on Logic Masters Germany, and it seems to be that Marty has a whole series of these rat run puzzles planned. So if this one is popular, it might not be the last you see on the channel. Now, before I do read you those rules, what did I need to mention today? Well, we've got a week left on our monthly competition over on Patreon. This is, of course, I've got all the birds up here. Let's go to the Lord of the Rings by Blobs flyer here. Loads and loads, literally thousands of you are trying this puzzle hunt with good reason. It's absolutely fabulous. One of the most popular things we've ever published on Patreon, so do have a go at it. Still plenty of time left to finish in time to enter the competition and enjoy those puzzles. Blobs has done an amazing piece of work there. Other than that, we are closing in on 600,000 subscribers every day we're creeping up, so very shortly we might be able to release a special celebration puzzle pack, which we're looking forward to doing, fingers crossed. And I've got some birthdays to do. I'm going to wish Adam a very happy birthday today. This is from your best mate Justin, and Justin says that you're obsessed with the puzzles that appear on the channel, Adam. As are we. That's why we've been doing 2 videos a day since the start of the first lockdown. But Adam, many happy returns. I hope you have a good day today. I hope you enjoy Marty's puzzle, and I hope you have chocolate cake. Next, over to Quebec, where Kylie has turned 38 today. And I know this because your partner Alexandra wrote to us. And although there is a bit of controversy here, Kylie, because Alexandra referred to the date of your birthday as Friday the 13th, but it is Thursday today. So it could be Friday the 14th, or it could be Thursday the 13th. But if it's Friday the 13th, I've got the wrong month, which is possible with me, but I hope it isn't. But anyway, Kylie, I hope you have a great birthday today. I gather you're not a fan of cake, so I won't recommend chocolate cake. I think cheesecake is where your mind is at. So anyway, have a brilliant birthday, and thank you for watching the channel. Now, that's it. Now we get to see if we can get the rat through the maze. These are the rules of Marty's new puzzle. Normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. Okay, so what that means is we've got to put the digits 1 to 6 in every row column. Okay, right. And I can see, if you look carefully at the grid, it is a little bit difficult to see this, but that's a sort of 2x3 rectangle there. A 2x3 rectangle there, a 2x3 rectangle. So we have to put the numbers 1 to 6 in each 2x3 rectangle as well. It's just they're a little bit hard to see because of the purple. It says, aim of experiment. Finkz the rat, Finkz, must reach the cupcake by finding a path through the maze. The path will be a snaking line that passes through the centres of cells without visiting any cell more than once, crossing itself, or passing through any thick maze walls. As well as moving orthogonally, so moving orthogonally means moving to a cell that shares an edge with the cell that Finkz is in at the moment. So this would be an orthogonal movement. This would be a diagonal movement. But as well as moving orthogonally, Finkz may move diagonally if there's a 2x2 space in which to do so, but may never pass diagonally through the rounded end corner of a wall. Oh, okay, right. So this is expressly ruling out this type of move. Let me go to the line tool. Right, so we can't do that, because we would go through the rounded end of a wall if we did that. But we could do that, for example, because there's nothing preventing there's no wall segments preventing this sort of movement, this sort of movement, this sort of movement. That sort of movement, not so much. That won't be allowed. So that's, I think, what we're being told about how Finkz is going to make his way through the cage, or not through the maze. That's a better description, isn't it? Right, test constraint. In this experiment, any two adjacent cells along the correct path must sum to a prime number. Also, all digits, all is capitalized, all digits within a marked 3x2 Sudoku box that lie anywhere on the correct path must sum to a prime number 2. Hang on, I didn't understand that. Let me just read that again. All digits within a marked 3x2 Sudoku box that lie anywhere on the correct path. Oh, okay. No, I do understand that. So that's saying that, look at this box here. Let's highlight it in green. If... Oh, no, this isn't a good box to choose because there's not much flexibility. Let's go to this box. So if the way that Finkz moved through this box was like this, then I think what we're being told is that not only must, let me just get this right, adjacent digits along the correct path, so those two would have to sum to a prime number, these two would have to sum to a prime number, and all three of those digits in this 3x2 box that are on the correct path would have to sum to a prime number. So that is quite an interesting rule. Do have a go. I think this has got 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and as I say, basically, well, about 24 of you have recommended this one, so I've no doubt it's brilliant. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, because of the rule that Finkz can't go diagonally, I think Finkz has to go down there. Right, and that gives us our first opportunity to make an error. What we have to think about then is, does Finkz turn left or right? Now I'm going to claim immediately that Finkz does not turn left. Because Finkz can't retrace his steps, if he does turn left, he has to do that. And that means every single cell in box 1 is going to be on the path, but there is a secret. Now this is a secret that's slightly different to the usual secret, but it's still a secret, and it's something I'm going to share with my very favourite people, which of course includes you if you're watching this video. And the secret is that all of the digits in a 2x3 rectangle in this sort of puzzle will sum to 21, because that's the triangular number for 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. Now 21 is not prime. So if Finkz was to turn left here, the puzzle would be broken, because all of the correct digits on the path in box 1 would not sum to a prime number. So Finkz has to turn that way, I'm going to claim. Then it gets more complicated, doesn't it? Because Finkz could do that, or that. Finkz always goes down here, so Finkz always goes to here. No, we nearly made a mistake. Okay, I was about to say Finkz couldn't turn there, but then I realised that Finkz could turn there. I was going to say Finkz couldn't turn here, because I thought Finkz was going to have to take all of the cells in box 4. But actually Finkz could do that, or that, and not take this square, and therefore not have a sum of 21 within the box. So, but if Finkz goes to box 6, then how does he get the cake? Because definitely all of the cells in box 6 would be on the path, and that we know can't be true. So Finkz does go this way, does go here, and then doesn't go to row 4, column 4, because otherwise we'll have the 21 problem. So by hook or by crook, Finkz will go to this square. because either Finkz will go here and then down, or directly across. But okay, but Finkz can't go there because that would go through a rounded end. So I see, this is lovely. Right, so in fact Finkz does not go here, because if Finkz goes here, then to get out of box 3, because we can't go that way, we're going to have to take all the cells. We can't go up there or we'll bump into our old path again. So we can't do that because we'll have the 21 problem. So we have to do that, and then we have to do this, and then we have to do that. And all of a sudden, a lot of this path is being determined. I could see this becoming a very popular thing, actually. For some reason, the rat finding its way through the maze appeals to me. It must be my rodent-like mind. Okay, so I don't know how we're going to traverse box 5. That seems completely flexible. I mean, yeah, well, that's got to be a line segment, because the cupcake has to be earned in the end, and we can't go diagonally into the cupcake. So okay, probably, well, we could do some maths now, couldn't we? I can deduce some possible values for this square, because we know that the cells in this box that are visited by Finkz have to sum to a prime number. And if we know that all of the cells in this box add up to 21, then this cell, when deducted from 21, must give a prime number. So 2 works, 4 works for 17. It's going to have to be even, and 6 doesn't work, because we must be looking for an odd total, mustn't we, if we're looking for a prime. So 2 or 4 must be... 6 doesn't work because 15 isn't prime. And the same is true there. I don't know if that means these have to be the same digit. So, okay. Yeah, this is parity, isn't it? Because now... Yeah, okay. So let's now consider... Let's consider how we're going to traverse box 4 of this puzzle in prime numbered dominoes, because that's what we'll have to do. Now, the nature of a prime number is that it, unless it's the digit 2, it is odd. So how do you make a pair of digits within a box with 2 different numbers? How do we make those sum to a prime number? Well, they're going to have to be an odd number and an even number in each case, aren't they? And that means there needs to be an odd number in here. There must be an odd number in there. There must be an odd number in there. Or, to put it... Alright, let's actually, it's going to be the even numbers that determine the positions, because I've only got 2 even numbers left. I can't have 2 consecutive odd numbers in this sequence. There are 5 digits there. If I have 2 consecutive odd numbers, they will add up to an even number and they won't be prime, unless they're 2 1s, but I can't put 2 1s in the same box. So the way to do this is to realise that each pair must have an even number in them, or that the odd numbers must be split up. So the odd numbers to be split up means those are the odd numbers. Now, I meant to use orange for odd, aren't I? So these are even. These squares are therefore 1, 3 and 5. These squares are 2, 4 and 6. And then... Oh, this is gorgeous. It's really... It's simple but gorgeous. This is... No, Marty Sears can be very complicated and gorgeous. But on this occasion, Marty is simple and gorgeous. Right. That logic that I've just done on this box applies identically here. There are 3 more odd numbers to put in this 5-cell sequence, and no 2 of them can be adjacent. So we have to separate them, which means those are odd numbers. It means these are even numbers. But what does this mean? Well, look at this. Look at these 2 cells. These are consecutive on the path, and they are both odd. So how do we make those add up to a prime number? Well, there's only one way. They're both 1. There we go. Now I've done it. So these are therefore 3 and 5. These are 2, 4 and 6. Six. Right, lovely. 6, which is definitely in one of those two squares there. Oh, look, the digits move. When you put the 6 corner mark in, the digit, or is it the line that's moving? Something's moving. Anyway, when one of these is a 6, so if this was a 3, the 3 would join to the 6 here or the 6 here, and in a domino that added up to 9. 9 is not prime. So that's not going to work, is it? This has to be 5. That has to be 3. That's 5. That's 3. 3 can't go next to 6, we've just said. 3 can't go next to 6, so we get 6 here, 6 here. Okay, 5 can't go next to 4. That adds up to 9, doesn't it? So that's going to do those two. 5 can't go next to 4. So we've done 2 rows of the puzzle. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll say, what's that digit? That's not 6, because 6 can't go next to 3, so that's 4. Must be even, otherwise we'll get an even total, which won't be prime. Same must be true here. So we get 2 more. Let's continue with our parity shading. So does that mean, well, what does that mean for this digit? The answer is I don't yet know. But if we go up over the top, I feel like that won't work because of parity on this digit. Because down here what we had is we worked out that if we were missing 1 digit out from the 21 sum, that had to be an even digit, didn't it? And it had to be a 2 or a 4. So I feel like if I go over the top here, this has to be a 2 to make sure these digits on the path add up to a prime number, i.e. 19. But now I've only got 1 even digit to keep the odd digits apart. And I could put an even digit in that domino or that domino, but I can't put an even digit in both. So I will have 2 consecutive odd digits somewhere on this path, and they will add up to an even number because they can't both be double 1 in this box. There we go. That must be right. So that goes through there. This now is definitely odd, which means that one is definitely even, which means that one is definitely odd, which means that one is definitely even. Yeah, the only thing we have to watch out for here is whether there's a possibility of a double 1. But there isn't in any of those segments, because you can see the only way you could get a double 1 configuration in this puzzle because of Sudoku rules is if the path moves diagonally, and it's not doing that in any of those squares. So this square is 2 or 6. This square is also 2 or 6. This square is 3 or 5. This square is 1 or 3. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. That's a total shank. Oh, sorry, that's a 4. That's a 4 by a little known arcane technique called Sudoku. That's a 4 by that same technique. Sorry, I should have done Sudoku, shouldn't I? I must be able to do all the 4s. I've got virtually all of them. Oh no, I've got 2 4s in this box. What are you doing, Simon? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to do Sudoku. I can do the 4 there. And I can do the 4 there. So I could do all the 4s, just not by putting 2 4s in this box. Right, what other digits have I got lots of? 5s. Well, actually, no, it's a bit more difficult, isn't it? Because I don't have any digits apart from 4s that are not in rows 3 and 4. Maybe it's the path from here. So the next cell is going to be odd, and it can't be a 5, so it can't be, well, so if it goes here, Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not seeing this yet. Can't be a 5. So, but if we go here, it could be 1 or 3. And with a 4, it would add up to 5 or 7, which both are fine. What are the other rules? The other we can't. Yeah, we can't have the. Oh no, that's going to be fine. This is the only domino within box 1 that sums to a prime. So okay, those 3 have to sum to a prime as well as each individually summing to a prime. So 6, 3 is not going to work, is it? 2, 3. Oh, it's something. Maybe it's Sudoku, you know. 2 and 3 have to appear in these squares. But they see, they could be here. But if they're not, that would be a 2 or a 3. I don't know. Okay, let's sum these up. So what are we saying here? We're saying that if this is 3, that has to be 2. That's one thing we are saying, because if this is 3, this can't be 6. And that would mean, well, that doesn't work straight away. If this is 3, I'm just going to double check this, but if that's 3, this can't be 6 because 9 is not prime. So it has to be 2, but now those add up to 9, and that's not prime. So in fact, whoopsie, what we've got to do is make this a 1. Oh, okay, and now it gets more straightforward because that's a 1 in the corner now. 1 is an odd digit. So these squares are now 5 and 6. One of these 2 squares is a 1. Now, what have we got as the options now? We've got 5 here. If this 7 would work. Oh, 11 works. Bobbins. That doesn't work at all. That's annoying. Hang on. If this is 6, this can't be 3. So 6, 5 would break that square. So this is 2. Okay, this is 2. Which means that is 2. But this could be 3 or 5 and it would work. But this square's a naked single 3, so that's good. Right, okay. So we get a bit further, and now we've got to put 3, 5 and 6, so that's a naked single. We've got a 5, 6 pair. This might finish, you know, when you get a bit of traction in 6x6s, they can go very quickly if you're not unlucky. Okay, so what we should do, we should label our 3s up as orange, label our 6 as blue, label our 5 as orange. 4 can't go into 5, it would add up to 9. Oh, bobbins. So this 4 goes into a 1, but it could be in either position, and it adds up to 5. Oh, but look, I can get that digit. That digit's a 2, which is a blue digit, so this has to be odd. And this digit is 3 or 5, both of which work from a sort of numbers perspective, don't they? 1, 5, 6. Maybe I meant to just do Sudoku. I'll just try Sudoku for a moment. 3, 5, 6. This is 3 or 6. Right, that's a 3, 6 pair, is it? Yes. So that's a 1 in the corner. Well, that's great, because that's going to do things, isn't it? Or maybe not. Well, it's going to tell me how this moves. Okay, I can't quite see if it's finishing the puzzle, but 4 doesn't go into 2, so 4 goes into 1. 1 is definitely odd, 2 is definitely even, 1 is definitely odd. And then after this, we need to go into an even number, which is going to be a 6. Oh, but 6 then? Okay. Yes, that's nice, very nice. So actually, this is really clever. because what's happening, yeah, it's really clever. So we're definitely going into a 6 next on the path. And we know that from the 6 we can't go into a 3 because 6 plus 3 is 9, not a prime number. So what number can we go into once we've gone into the 6? The only option, looking at these options, is to go into a 5, and the only digit that could be a 5 is this one. So that is a 5, that's a 6, that's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 6, that's a 5, that's a 6. That does the Sudoku. We can just highlight everything very quickly. And all we've got to do now is figure out the path, which must go to the 6 and to the 5. And there we go. That, I think, is the correct solution. Oh, we get a special message. Experiment completed successfully. Cells visited 20. Finkz is already showing tenacity and increased cognitive abilities, ready to progress to a larger maze. What a lovely puzzle. 146 people have solved it in very few days. Well, I'm not surprised. That's just wonderful, isn't it? It's so original. That is just Marty Sears in a nutshell. Original, fun, witty, very clever. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.